Hey, it's been a minute. It's been about 2 weeks since there's been an episode of any sort, any content from Stories Inside the Man Cave. You know, real life, real career, everything just combined for the perfect storm, but we are back. We are back, and the Tes Sawyer, she's going to call it on a lot of items today. Some that you probably have been maybe debating in your work circles at home or anything of that matter, because we're in the springtime. And honestly, springtime, just a reminder, it is busier than the football season, in my opinion. I am Tes Clynch, the host, producer, content producer, whatever you want to call it, for Stories Inside the Man Cave podcast. And, you know, before we get this episode rolling, I definitely want to give a shout out to Mercer and SpiritDress.com. We're going to say her name and Spirit Dress a lot. Hi, Tes Sawyer. This is like a reunion. It feels like, well, it has been a month since we've connected on here.
It has. Thank you. I'm very happy to be back.
I can tell. You and I know you were in a key leadership position in the corporate world, so time is limited. That's why we do this twice a month. And because to get around both of our schedules, and I'm starting to realize, even though I've been in the corporate world now, this is almost 7 years, that the beginning of the year is where you do all your conferences and multiple and travel a lot. And it's no different for you.
Yeah, spring is very busy, trade show season, all that kind of thing. So really, really busy. But I don't think personally it's as busy for me as football season.
Oh, that's true.
Intro. Because during football season, it's like it's work, and then it's play, game every weekend, have to watch a game every weekend. So it's just like nonstop, but I absolutely love it. And I would never trade it for the world.
Oh, I love that. You know, football season, it's year round, really, off season, the season itself. I've got to ask you something. The reason why it's not, I know it's hot, and shout out to Hargrove Roofing. We love them. They're big supporters and sponsors of the podcast. I had to change shirts before we jumped on here, and I'll tell you why. When you're in your nice work clothes, I think I may have ruined one of my favorite Banana Republic button-ups because I decided to take the trash out. Said trash bag had something on it. It was all over my sleeve and all right here. And I won't go through what all I said, but my thought bubbles were quite visible and quite vocal.
I think you could probably take it to the cleaners. You don't think it's salvageable?
I put it in the washing machine, so hopefully
try that first.
Yeah, because whatever it looked like coffee grounds. That's what I'm thinking it was.
It'll probably come out.
I was highly pistified. Before we jump into it, we got to give a shout out to our girl Mercer. You're a model and her best friend for this Spirit Dress, and the promo code Man Cave. You use it as one word, you get 20% off. Tell us a little bit about this Spirit Dress line of clothing.
Yeah, well, I know it's not football season, but it's basketball and baseball. So, and I think a lot of Mercer's clothing, as you can see, is absolutely great for the spring and obviously the summer. You can see it's very floral and light. So, especially in Texas or other southern regions, you can wear it year round too. You don't have to wait for a game.
There is a Winter Olympic sport that you keep talking about, and I want to take a piece of video to show you how people really embraced it at home, including this grandmother that we highlighted on the last episode of the Pass Rush with Stevie Lee. A Roomba and a broom.
The Roomba is about the same size.
Yeah, it is.
If you wanted to practice.
Yes. I don't think it's ever too late to pursue a goal such as that, or you're never too old.
Well, and I don't even know if there's like an age limit, because it's not like other Winter Olympics where, you're going to lose your prime. Well, most sports in the Olympics in general, you're going to lose your prime. But I think you could do that even at an older age and be just as successful as somebody who's young.
That's it. I kind of want to check in and see if my Roomba on the hardwood floor, I can bring out the broom and test my skills down the hallway. Team USA, great job. Winter Olympics, hockey, gold medal, beat Canada, and they are highly pistified north of the border.
That's right.
He calls it.
All right, Tess, Texas Longhorn men's basketball. First-year head coach Sean Miller. You said it best in a text. The consistency has been something that's not existed. They are 18-12 as they enter the final regular season game later today, being Saturday. They're 18-12, 9-8 in the SEC facing OU. What is it from a fan's perspective or from Tessa's perspective that's been frustrating about this team? Because there was a time that they did seem they got it together and they had a winning streak in the SEC.
Right. I mean, I think it's the same thing that Coach Miller's frustrated about. The number one thing is that it doesn't seem like they want to play or they're not trying, which is that's really hard. Lack of motivation is kind of showing up, out on the court. And then obviously the defense has been a problem, pretty much the entire season. And then just, the foul-a-thon, I'll just call it. So, so I really, really like, Coach Miller. I love his interviews, his pressers and everything. And I think he's a really good coach. And, but man, they gave him a really, hard, thing to fix. It was pretty broken. So, it's going to be interesting to see what he comes in and does. I mean, obviously these aren't, players. Well, some of them they transferred to play with him, but not people he recruited and things like that. This isn't his team. And, but I really appreciate, his honesty and his directness and his willingness to, bench starters and not put up with the BS because, he wants people out there that are going to play. And, so I think the consistency is really just attributed to those things. And until they correct that, you're really not going to see, you want to see all winning, going up, improving, not this and this and that,
Right.
And it's just a roller coaster ride right now.
I think if they get the win against Oklahoma, they're going to get an at-large bid, regardless if what they do in the SEC tournament. But speaking of you talked about Sean Miller's press conferences. They have become entertainment because he is so direct. He called out the team about 2 or 3 weeks ago, saying, we have an illness. We will foul the shit out of you.
He's right.
And leave your feet. So after this week's loss, they got murdered in Fayetteville, Arkansas by 20 points, 105-85. Jordan Pope, who is one of their starters, talented basketball player, played 4 minutes. In 4 minutes, he got 4 fouls. And he was asked about Jordan Pope. And to give you an example of what, if you have not seen this interview before or yet, this is what Tess is alluding to and the entertainment value of a Sean Miller interview.
Yeah, he didn't seem like he really wanted to play. He really did. He didn't participate in tonight's game. So certainly, when you have a senior who's that meaningful to your team and he's not able to play, it hurts. And it certainly hurt us.
No way around it. And he has shown Pope will probably go off for 20-plus against Oklahoma. What's your confidence level now for this basketball team? Are they in? Do you think they rebound, no pun intended, and go on a little win streak, maybe get a win or two in the conference tournament?
And that's what I hope for. I really do. But I just, it's every time you think they're kind of coming back, oh, we beat A&M or something like that. Okay, that was a good win. All right, we're back. Then it's just like they get knocked back down. I really hope they do. I really hope they get the bid to the, get in the tournament and do well. And I would love to beat OU. That's always fun, but I can't put all my eggs in that basket, because it would not surprise me if they don't do that. Just because they just seem so they're just all over the place and just not together, and it's not really a well meshed team, and I'm sure that's what he's frustrated about. So I hope for the best, but unfortunately I expect the worst.
That is fair.
Okay.
He calls it.
Football, college football off season for the Longhorns. Great transfer portal season, in my opinion. You agreed. But I think we know with Torrey Becton, the strength and conditioning coach, things are very intense in winter conditioning. Anthony Hill, who is opted for the NFL draft, he was invited, one of the 7 Longhorns who participated in the NFL Combine in Indianapolis, had this to say in an interview about not having to participate in that intense off-season workouts led by Torrey Becton.
Everything's hard when it's 140 degrees outside, so those moments are tough, and I'm glad that's in my past. I don't got to do that, none of that no more. So them 7s, the Longhorn shuttles, I'm looking at their Instagram, I'm seeing what they doing right now, and I'm like, I'm done with that stuff. I ain't got that in my future no more.
It's gravy. It's gravy days for
cool as gravy
now.
You would think the NFL might be harder.
You would think, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sounds pretty brutal. I went to one of their women's football clinics, and they were doing, trying to. I don't think they treated us anywhere near what they do to the guys, but I mean, I was about to stroke out. And so I feel for him, and I've seen what he's talking about on Instagram. Like they're not messing around, and we all know the heat here in Austin, Texas can be brutal. So you combo that with that type of intensive workout, I'm sure he's glad to be like, that is in my past.
Well, voluntary is a word used loosely, especially in the summer.
That's right.
Voluntary means mandatory.
He calls it.
Texas baseball, 12-0. That is the program's best start since 2005. And just FYI, they won a national championship in Omaha that year. I want to show you something that has really stood out to me. Now, their pitching staff through 12 games has to be one of the tops in the country. 1.71 earned run average. They've clearly upgraded their pitching staff. But this is something that stands out to me. The thing that chicks dig often.
And those power numbers.
Got it.
Have power, will travel, gone. Carson Tenney, a fighting horn these days. We'll touch them all.
Touch them all. Texas, as a team, through the first 12, have said, hate to see you go by 17 times. Carson Tenney and maybe one of the best mullets in college baseball, Aiden Robbins, 4 home runs each.
Yeah, I mean, I think I know that's so exciting. I know you're beyond excited. I know what a big fan you are and how important it is to you. And I guess the worst thing I can say is that I haven't gone to a game yet this year.
I haven't been because of my schedule.
Yeah, and I feel terrible. So if anything, I call it, Sean, that we should look at our little schedules and look at the games and just pick a day and go out there and at least watch these guys, because they seem like, hell of a lot of fun to watch in person, and I love going to the Dish. So I'd love to go see them out there. So we need to do that.
You get your man friend, and I know.
Oh, yeah, my man friend.
Your man friend, and I know somebody who loves the Dish too. So hopefully we can lure them into
That
the
would be
mix.
great. No, I don't have to lure. I just tell, be there. You're
there.
here now.
Be there.
Yeah.
The dish Falk. I don't care what anybody says. It's one of the jewels of college baseball. And
Fun.
they have the Yeti Yard. Now they have one in right
So
field.
cool. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I haven't been back since okay, cool. Yeah, no, it is such an awesome place. I highly recommend it. I mean, I love a day afternoon game. That's kind of my favorite.
Yep.
But a night game is always fun too. It just kind of depends. I mean, it's that time of year, like you said, it's spring, so weather's really nice, and sitting out there watching a ball game on a night, Friday night or a Saturday night, or even a day on a Sunday or a Saturday. I mean, it's the best. It's the best. It's so fun.
Get you a long charred dog to put it in your mouth, or my mouth, everyone's mouth. Just eat it. That's what I mean.
Delicious hot dogs. Oh, and by the way, it's at the end of the game, whatever hot dogs they don't sell, they give them out for free.
I didn't know that.
Insider tip.
Insider.
Yeah.
After the game.
I tried to put as many wieners in my mouth as I could after the game, but
that is the quote of the year of 2026. You almost had me tongue-tied on that one. A girl's best friend.
Yeah. The dish hot dogs are great.
He calls it.
All right. Last but definitely not least, office shenanigans. We've all been a part of it. I think the term office is used loosely now because of what COVID did. I am my own manager, so to speak. I'm going places. I don't have a true office except right here where I do the podcast. I saw a video that inspired me to bring up this topic. I thought it was absolutely hilarious. It involved a balloon deflating and people trying to catch it.
Good effort. Commitment, mother. No. Oh, I got it. Oh. What's that? Catch this balloon.
Actually looks really challenging.
It looks a lot of fun. A lot of rug burn on the knees.
Yeah, I've never tried to do that. Yeah, that rug looked pretty rough.
Brutal. It looked
Pretty
brutal.
rough.
It looked like all the carpet that reminds me of the 4 TV stations I worked for and the nasty carpet that we had in each of those places.
It does look a little TV station-y.
But very
It
DNA.
does.
A lot of DNA on those carpets.
Really?
Oh, well, that's just an assumption. A lot of bacteria.
Not the good kind.
Well, have you participated in any office shenanigans when you reported to an office on a consistent basis?
Gosh. Yes. I mean, I think there's many times where like a boss would go out of town and we would leave weird shit all over their office and do stuff like that. I mean, yeah, those days are kind of gone. You can't really get away with things like that. But I did see a video recently where all of the employees were on a virtual call with their CEO/boss, and they all decided to drink out of something really weird until she noticed. So like one dude is like drinking out of a blender, and one girl has a straw out of a Gain detergent box, and another girl's just taking a big bowl, and just weird, not like your normal, like, and it was really funny because they're all just sitting there drinking out of the shit. And she's just la 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 talking about all the stuff they need to get done. I think it's really funny if you want to look that one up.
How long into it did she notice?
I mean, it was like 5 minutes.
What'd she say?
She was like, why are y'all drinking out of all these weird things? It was just really funny. It was really funny. I mean, I haven't really played any big jokes. I mean, lately, I don't know. Maybe I need to come up with something in the office and do something funny. But yeah, I mean, right now, the only thing I'm concerned about at the office right now is getting my March Madness
bracket.
Yeah, started. Because it's really fun to do with your coworkers. We have a really good time doing that every year, and because we don't do a ton of things like that, but like the March Madness bracket, everybody gets into it. Everybody has their schools that they like, so I'm gonna get that cracking Monday. Come Monday, bracket.
Come Monday. Jimmy Buffett had a song. Come Monday.
I know he did. I know I can't start the bracket yet, but I'm gonna start collecting my participants.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. No, that's fun. All the places, especially when I was in the media, like KView, Stacy Slayton and I would, it was like we'd had these games to break the monotony of editing and writing and we would do something and we'd get so fired up. There'd be chest bumps and they'd bring it out to the newsroom and, half the newsroom would participate. There was a lot of wiffle ball games, so to speak.
Fun.
I
love it.
And there were some other things that we participated in as well to other places. Oklahoma City, that was a fun group. All right, before we wrap it up and eliminate the office shenanigans banner, springtime is also a great, great season, and it's traditional with fundraising dinners for nonprofit organizations. These are two that we partner with, and I'm on the board for. Under Blue Skies Golf and Party. It is in May, and the Greater Austin Sports Foundation, the big event on April 29th, I believe. But visit both the websites, Under Blue Skies. It benefits ALS of Texas. We're going to honor a lot of people. We always honor one family or a current ALS patient. And the golf event at Forest Creek in Round Rock earlier that morning. Greater Austin Sports Foundation. It is at the Junior League of Austin off of 360 in Spicewood Springs near Great Hills. Great event in which we nominate. We're going to have 12 male and female high school Hall of Honor nominees. And then we have 4 or 5 from the community, which have been had a profound impact on sports in the Austin area. And it is something that I think is phenomenal for our city, our area. And we're going to see, if you follow all the social media for Greater Austin Sports Foundation, we're about to surprise the nominees in high school, to surprise them and reveal to them that they are a nominee, and they and their ADs and coaches can attend. We want more people to get involved and make this a much bigger thing. Women, we forgot to talk about the Texas women. More than likely, they will be one of the 4 number 1 seeds in the women's NCAA tournament. 2 weeks from now, we'll be talking about that. That's when we're getting close.
Can't wait. I'm excited.
Selection Sunday's almost here. Tes Sawyer, have an amazing weekend. You do a good job on calling things. From the world of Tes Sawyer
Sean.
and your opinions.
It's one thing I have is opinions. So
yeah, you do.
Yeah, you too, Sean. You have a good weekend too.
Hey, take care. All of you guys have a great weekend, and don't forget to like and follow each of our social media platforms. Until next time, I'm Tes Clynch, and that is the Tes Sawyer.